So you're rebranding your business, or maybe you just acquired a new one. That's awesome. But there is this little thing called your Google Business Profile, and one wrong move there, and poof, your rankings can vanish overnight. Seriously. So let's just talk about how to do this the right way, so you keep all that hard-earned value you've built up. The stakes are, well, they're super high because you don't want to lose all of your visibility for this business you just bought or are rebranding. You spent years building this thing up, right? You've got rankings, you've got reviews, you've got a real customer base. Starting from square one is just not an option. So think of this as your playbook to make sure that that disaster scenario never happens. Okay, so what's the first thing you do? You Google it. And what does Google itself tell you to do? Just create a new business profile, mark the old one as closed. Simple, right? No. And this is, and I'm not exaggerating, a trap. It's probably the worst advice you could follow. It's like a self-destruct button for all your reviews and all that SEO momentum you've built up. So what's the big secret? You don't replace it, you just update it. You carefully, methodically, and patiently update the profile you already have. That's the key. That's how you hang on to every last ranking, every single review, and make this whole transition look seamless. If you create a new profile, you are literally starting all over again from scratch, from zero. All that history, the trust you built up with Google's algorithm, all those amazing reviews from your customers, they're gone. We are absolutely not going to let that happen. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty, the actual process. Well, the first step, and honestly the most critical piece of the whole puzzle, happens way before you even touch your Google Business Profile. You have to update everything else on the web first. So many people mess this up and do it completely backward, and that's where things start to go wrong. Here's why that's important. Just think of Google like a little digital detective. The second you change something on your profile, it sends out its little bots to scour the internet and check your story. So if your Google profile is screaming, hey, we're brand new cafe, but your website, your Facebook page, your Yelp profile are all still saying old coffee shop, well, red flags start flying everywhere. Google's first thought is, uh-oh, this profile has been hijacked. And boom, you could be looking at a suspension. To keep those alarm bells from ringing, we have to get our story straight first on the rest of the web before we change our profile. We need to align your entire digital footprint before touching Google. This means updating all the key places online that Google really trusts for information. Okay, so here's your pre-update checklist. First and foremost, your website. You've got to dig into the back end and update the schema code. After that, hit your Facebook business page. Google really does pay attention to it. Then you've got the Better Business Bureau, Yelp, and those data aggregators like Data Axle and Foursquare. All right, so you've gone through the checklist, you've updated everything. What's next? Well, here comes the hard part. You wait. Seriously, you have to just be patient. Give it at least 2 weeks. This gives Google's bots time to crawl all those sites. Your brand new brand name is legit. This waiting period, it's totally non-negotiable. Don't skip it. After 2 weeks have gone by, the digital dust has settled. Now, and only now, are we ready for the main event, the Google Business Profile. It's time to perform the delicate operation of actually updating the Google Business Profile. And before you click a single thing, here's a huge insider tip for you. Make sure you are logged in as an owner of the profile, not just a manager. It can make a massive difference in how smoothly Google accepts your changes. Owner has more authority than manager to the profile. All right, next concept you need to know, sensitive fields. Think of these as the important parts of your profile. Your business name, address, phone number. If you just go in and change all of those at the same time, what does that look like? It looks like a hijacker just took over the account. That's a massive red flag for Google's system, and it's something we have to avoid at all costs. So how do we deal with these sensitive fields without setting up alarms? Simple, we use the 1 week rule. This means you only change one of those sensitive things per week. So week 1, all you do is update the business name. That's it. Then you stop and wait. Week 2, if you need to change the phone number, do that, and so on. It's slow, I know, but this deliberate pace tells Google, hey, I'm the real owner. I'm just making careful updates. It proves you're not some hacker. Let's recap which fields get this 1 week special treatment. You've got your business name, your address, if that's changing, your phone number, if that's changing your website URL, and your primary category. Not all of those things are probably going to change, but some of them will. One at a time, Give each one its own week to breathe before you touch the next. But hey, it's not all slow and steady. Here's some good news. Photos are not a sensitive field, so you can go wild there. Go ahead, delete all the old photos, the logo, the old signs, any pictures of the old team, and then upload all your awesome new branding photos all at once. All right, deep breath. You made it through the trickiest part. The main profile is updated. Your new brand is officially live on Google. Awesome, but we're not popping the champagne just yet. There are a few final steps that really lock this all in and make sure everything sticks. First, double check that all your changes are live and everything looks stable on your Google profile. Once you've confirmed that, it's time to do a little cleanup. Go back and update all those smaller online listings. We call them citations that are floating around the web. Remember, consistency is everything. You can use Bright Local if you want to clean it up, White Spark too. There's a bunch of different resources. Finally, keep an eye on things. Monitor your profile, watch your rankings, make sure it all stays solid. Let's boil this whole thing down. This is your rebranding playbook right here. Step 1, update the rest of the web. Step 2, wait 2 weeks and be patient. Step 3, make all your changes as the owner. Step 4, one sensitive field per week. Step 5, go nuts. Swap out all your photos at once. You follow that plan and you can pull this off without breaking a sweat. This whole process really shows you something important, doesn't it? It shows just how connected everything is online. So it leaves us with the one last big question to think about. A rebrand is one thing, but is your entire digital foundation really ready for the next chapter of your business? Is it strong enough for where you're going next? That's something definitely worth thinking about. Check out my free quick fix Google business profile guide below. Help you make sure your profile is optimized for success. And before you go, hit that like and subscribe, drop me a comment with any questions, and stay tuned for one of these great next videos.